Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Teaching Practicum through IT Adoption. I am Ian Nigade of the Faculty of Graduate Studies of University of Canada, Australia. This is about the practicum through demonstration lesson and planning, teaching, observing, and evaluating. This is a rotational model we are going to talk about. LSM stands for the Lesson Study Model. Teaching Practicum. Now, teaching practicum has the planning, the demonstrating, that it's a group work, group observation, peer observation is there. Then at the end of this rotational model, there can be one rotation, two rotations, some maybe three rotations it's going. Then at the end of the session, we'll have a very developed kind of lesson plan. Then that particular lesson plan has to be submitted, right? So at the end, that is what is mentioned here. And lesson study cycle. So this cycle is having set goals, plan, implement, and then integrate. So this is okay. Now this is having 7 steps here. So set goals, then planning the lesson, then observing the lesson. Okay, number 4, debriefing, revising, and then repeat the steps 3 and 4, but it is optional. And then number 6 is the reflecting and then sharing the results. Okay. Now you can see here set goals. That is number 1. And then planning. Now in this case, this particular teacher or the educator is planning it himself before going to the session. Before doing it, he's alone in the classroom and planning, writing down things on the board and preparing some sheets of paper and getting ready for this thing. So yeah, so then next one, planning. Now this is also planning. Now here also planning, right? But this is individual planning, right? This is now he's consulting somebody. He's going to talk with another teacher who's senior to him. A senior, more experienced teacher is giving some clues to him to do this in a better way. So in this case, it's a teacher who is senior to him, but sometimes this can be his peers or his colleagues, same colleagues who are giving the opinions of them. So that can happen. Okay, so this is number 2 again, because it's also planning. So but this is optional. Sometimes it can be only this teacher who is deciding what to do, right? So here you can see this teacher. Now it's the class time and the students are here and the teacher is here, and the now you can see all this particular teacher's group members are observing it, and also the special guests are here. This is number 3, observing. Remaining group members are observing. So they are leaning towards the back wall of the classroom, and then they are observing. And this special guests can be a headmaster or a specialist teacher who is a curriculum leader. So people like that, from that special guest jargon, can also participate this particular event. Okay, at the end of the school, you can see no students here. Now it's a round table discussion with the colleagues or the teacher group, peers, and also a special group, the members from the special group is also here. And you can see, and now it's a time for the revising, and now the particular student teacher is explaining things to the special group and the peers. And at the end, and this is number 4, and at the end you can see number 6 and 5, because the 5 you can see now it's just optional one, I said. So I am here ending with 6 and 7. So that is about the reflections. You can see the headmasters are giving the reflections, sorry, and also the specialist teachers are also giving the reflections. And this is a kind of a very good moment for the teacher to get the reflections, and so that he can develop the lesson plan further. And then characteristics of the LSM: so small groups of educators working together and collaborative work, lesson planning according to the ILO, because and then it has to be according to the intended learning output. And lesson study is a process that supports deep and ongoing systematic learning about what happens in the classroom. And also lesson study means that the active support the teachers as learners. Okay, what lesson study should not have? So lesson study is not is a rigid script of specific content for professional development, and lesson study is not an intent to be a miracle panacea, and lesson study is not meant to produce a repository of perfect lesson. So thank you so much for watching today.